This spirited season is commercially dominated by Christmas, a lot of Protestant and Catholic rituals. However, today is the first full day of Hanukkah, so we have an expert here with us. Sina Karidi, did I say that right?
Yes.
Did I mess it up?
It's Chiriti.
Chariti, excuse me. She's a food researcher from Food Wonders TV, and she's going to make us kind of a classic Hanukkah dish today. Welcome back to Good Day PA.
Thank you, Amy.
I learned so much from you. So let's just start with Hanukkah in general. What is Hanukkah, for those who don't know, and the miracles that are associated with it?
Sure. Well, Hanukkah is a very important festival for the Jewish people. It celebrates illumination and light.
Light.
And there is two miracles that we celebrate mainly in that feast.
Okay.
The first one is when the Maccabees, which was a little army from the Jewish people, when the Greeks had the land of Israel, they wanted to prohibit the Jews to do Judaism and to read the Torah and to celebrate.
Okay.
So they revolted against, and such a little army was able to reunite and expel the Greeks from the Holy Land.
Very good.
So that is the first miracle. And the second one is when they were trying to rededicate the temple, the Holy Temple, they had only a very tiny bit of oil, pure olive oil.
Okay.
And they used it for the ceremonies. That there was only enough for 1 day, and it actually lasted for 8 days to light. So that's the second miracle, and that's why we light 8 candles, one every day, to symbolize the miracle of the oil.
That is so interesting. You also brought other symbols with you today. Tell me what's over here.
So everybody knows the Chanukkah geld, which means the money of Hanukkah. And it's an Yiddish word. Geld means money. And they're made out of chocolate. But before, people would not get gifts in Hanukkah. They would actually receive money because they wanted to ensure that everybody had enough money to light the candles of Hanukkah. Nobody should be without a Hanukkah light.
I see.
So people used to give money before.
That's a lovely tradition.
Yes. And then the spinning tops, which we call dreidels, in Yiddish it means to spin, dreid. And those, whenever the Jews wanted to teach their children Judaism and they were not allowed, they would hide in caves. And the children would have their dreidels, and whenever the Greeks would come, they would start spinning them to simulate that they were playing and not studying.
Oh my gosh, I never knew. That's fascinating, actually. Wow, who knew? Now tell me about the food that you brought, because this is significant too.
Sure. So the latkes, latka is an Yiddish word, and it comes actually from a Russian and Ukrainian origin. It comes from the origin eladja, that comes from Greek eladium, a plural for oil.
Oh, for oil.
Yes.
The 8 days of burning.
Yeah,
Yes.
so little oily thing. So in Hanukkah, we eat things that have lots of oil. There's no diet during that time. And we fry everything and we smell the house. So basically, the latkes, before they used to be made with other vegetables, not potatoes, because potatoes came to Europe after they discovered America.
Oh, sure. Okay, that makes
after
sense.
the 16th, 17th century. So the way you do them, so they started with potatoes in the 19th century. The way you do them is you take shredded potatoes, and then you add some egg.
Should I start stirring?
Sure, please.
Okay, I'll stir.
And the recipe comes from my bobe, my grandma, my Yiddish bobe. And she gives me no quantities, so basically you need to. I mean, I gave you some. I gave you some amounts, but they can't be so exact. You basically take an amount of potatoes, and a third of it comes from onion, which is shredded onion, and you put the egg to make it nice and mushy.
Sure.
Mush, I think it's.
What's that?
And this is. It can be either matzah meal or breadcrumbs or flour.
Oh.
Just to give it enough consistency so that it sticks together.
Yes, it's not runny. Yeah.
And after you have it all together, you make little cakes that will fry in the oil for 4 minutes on each side. And then after that, you have to dry them with the Scott towels because they absorb so much oil.
So much oil, celebrating Hanukkah, as you told us.
And the way you serve them is with applesauce. Some people prefer to use not only applesauce, but also sour cream. And this is your typical Hanukkah dish.
That looks so yummy. we appreciate this culture you bring to our show, and we'll put your recipe with those maybe questionable quantities on Good Day PA later today.
Thank
Sina,
you.
great to see you
Thank you.
again
Happy
today.
Hanukkah.
Thank you. Same to you.